Hi Leo, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2014, and just a word about the long-running transit of Saturn, which affects you fixed signs more strongly and gets you working harder. So for you, Leo, you've got Saturn right at the root of your chart, and that means that over this long transit, and it's already been there for about a year and a half, this long transit, you have got to give your attention to the dust swept under the carpet from the past, old knee-jerk responses, old habits, old attitudes, and therapeutic work can trigger change, and also perhaps a more body-centered approach, but also just you squaring up to a few home truths as well. And then from there you can build better emotional or physical foundations. And you know, outwardly you've just got to work harder at the dynamics of family relationships, or on behalf of family members, or because of where they're at with their lives. That can be extended family as well, your community, your tribe, and your manor. But anything that you've just been tolerating regarding any of that, or your location, your place on the map, your domestic setup, your domestic conditions, now will be the time that you have to bite the bullet and make certain decisions. And you Leos born, it is, I'll just give you the date for that if I can, memory, 10th to the 14th of August, or with around about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 degrees rising. So 15 to 18 degrees rising, you're going to feel it the most, but actually you will the whole sign will be feeling it in this sort of demanding way that it is coming across to you from Scorpio. So that's for you to bear in mind. And another thing to bear in mind as well is that another of these long transits, which is due to finish actually in July, which is what do you have to let go of in order to more fully move into the person you're now becoming, you know. This is a really kind of almost like the gauntlet been thrown down here, and this has been maybe mulling, you know, been mulling it over for a while. And your role may be changing, perhaps that's what it is, but it's something deeper than that. It's not such an outer thing as a role. It's more you're deeply questioning how you stand, where you're at. You're weighing up what you most value, and Jupiter wants to broaden your life into new dimensions and territories in a very positive way, but Pluto says, aha, yes, well, first of all, you have to walk through this initiation, or first of all, you have to be very honest with yourself about what's holding you back and what you need to actually surrender, forgive, let go, move on from, in order to move on into these new conditions which it will evolve and change you, or rather you're going to be evolved and changed as you move on into them, because that's Pluto's job. So and it can, you know, you need to maybe again look more deeply into yourself, maybe even in a therapeutic kind of a way, getting outside assistance for this, or maybe doing it yourself, into what scripts you're running in your head, what programs you're running, which keeps you stuck, keeps you blinkered, keeps you consumed by an idea, consumed by a certain set of reactions, you know, knee-jerk responses, which are kind of blind, really. So yeah, looking into all of that, and maybe almost looking into how others can be manipulative, even when they don't mean to. Like emotional blackmail sort of thing, but sometimes they do mean to. And also looking into how you can be manipulative, how you can be controlling, and looking into how you can drop this self-centered controlling side of yourself for whatever the reasons, whether it's fear-based, which it usually is, and use power more wisely, and just be aware of this, particularly in the second week, because in the second week there can be more on your shoulders, more responsibilities, more pressures there. Now, other news until the 21st, we've got the Sun, which is your ruling body, celestial body, in an area it's top of your chart, so that means you want to take your goals, your ambitions more seriously. You want to get on with the project, whatever that is, the current goal, the current project, or maybe it's a longer term one, maybe it's to do with the master plan. You being more visible, you stepping up to the plate, and also Mercury's in the same area, so discussions will be about plans and goals, and also where you're going from here, maybe with an enterprise, or you are maybe dialoguing with those in positions of power, like bosses, authority figures, officials, more parents during this time here, you being more parental yourself during this time here. Mercury does move from the 8th, and then that's a period when you'll club together with others to sort of chew the fat, compare notes, maybe click with someone who becomes a friend, or maybe you are revisiting an old friendship. Definitely it's great, it supports coming together with others in a good way, so it supports group gatherings, and you kind of pooling your resources in a way, you're putting your heads together on something that would be pretty well facilitated there by the position of Mercury, and also Venus, because before the 3rd, Venus is in quite an introspective kind of area, very sensitive, emotionally deep area, where you could sway another's feelings, but another could touch you very, very deeply, and you could just feel that that a relationship is just more involved. Or if it's like a business sort of thing, there's more riding on it, you know, there's more to lose, or there's more to win, sort of thing. But also it could be in a personal way as well, you know, this relationship is really, really important to you. But then from the 3rd, Venus does underpin the position of the Sun and also Mercury. She's in an area where you can learn a lot through connecting with others, through connecting with others from a different background to you, others who come from far away, others who just have a very different slant on things, which can be quite refreshing, you know. And or it can be that you're connecting with those who've got a knowledge or expertise or a know-how which you can benefit from, like a specialist in something, a guide, an advisor, that kind of thing. And also others can be connecting with you for those reasons as well, that they see you as having the information, the guidance, the know-how that they need. So you and someone could be on a bit of a learning curve together. And now from the 21st, you know, contact with others, connecting with others is going to be important. But from the 29th, Mercury goes into a much deeper area, and that's when you kind of you're not available 100% of the time. That's to say, others don't have your mental attention 100% of the time. You could be a little preoccupied there, and it's a time for you to lose yourself in activities which feed your soul. And if you want a decision on something, if you wanted an answer from someone about something which is definitive, you're not likely to get it there. Now, I've mentioned Saturn. Just a quick mention of Mars. Mars is in your communication sector, helping you to learn a lot all the way out until July, and helping you to express ideas and opinions in a more dynamic way, in making improvements with the way you communicate or the way you put information out, or indeed helps you to keep your head clear and your mind alert more. There could be increased comings and goings, mixing and mingling, meeting and greeting. Sometimes you can feel a bit overloaded because there's just too much demanded of you in the way of information or communications or media, that kind of thing, or indeed there's just so much coming at you. And you can feel that certain others are a bit blunt or impatient, or indeed certain others can feel that about you, because that is Mars's style. Wherever Mars goes, can be a bit, can be a little bit on the impatient side, very direct. So others can see you as being very direct, and actually as long as that's not harmful, then you can really get to the bottom of something with Mars there. But there can be, as I say, more on to get your head around, more paperwork, etc., etc. But overall, you should start to feel clear about certain decisions that you know you've got to make. Certain objectives can become clearer, perhaps not from the 28th, for about 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, 29th actually, which is when Mercury goes into the background area. Because that does rather sort of fog things up when Mercury goes into that area there. But some answers will be quite clear, especially those ones that come more from your gut instinct. Then they can be very clear, but maybe it's kind of logical, rational information which isn't so clear. But you can be proactive and successful within anything which demands your communication skills, your people skills, and you put your cards on the table in a more assertive way. You get it off your chest now. You know, this is the way it's going to be. I have decided. I have spoken. That's the kind of feeling of it. And until next July as well, rather this July, because it's coming at us pretty quickly, isn't it already? Jupiter is in the area for you to let go of things from the past. I've already mentioned Jupiter to you a little bit, so maybe we'll just leave it at that. But it's a good time to develop things behind the scenes, but also to finish off long-running scenarios which are counterproductive, which never did you any good, which are even addictive and get you being obsessive about something. You need to really kind of turn and face those now. And, you know, may the force be with you on that one there. And that's it for May. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. It'll give you a sort of a picture that you can understand if you put them all together. And also, this is all written up on my website. If you want to know which dates of birth are most affected by certain transits, you can find that there for you on my website. And I'll see you the next time.